My child, can you feel it right now, like a tremor beneath your everyday routine? I am moving swiftly, loosening chains you thought would never break, opening doors that have eluded you for too long. Your heart senses this pivotal moment. Do not ignore the quickening inside. Time is short, and I am beckoning you out of hiding, away from all that has held you back, into the full measure of the purpose I birthed within you long ago. Lean in, stay with me to the very end, for what is about to unfold will not only transform you, but everyone around you. This is your appointed hour. Do not let it slip away. You have borne promises that appeared unattainable. You have traversed seasons when everything seemed silent, and still, despite it all, something within you refused to relinquish hope. That something is neither frailty nor stubbornness. It is the kernel of faith I placed in you before you even knew how to identify it. You have felt alone at moments, questioning why people around you seem to advance while you remain. You have quietly asked me if I had overlooked you, if you might have missed your window, if maybe the doors you prayed for would stay closed. I have witnessed every tearful plea, every muted doubt, every concealed hope you feared to grasp. And I declare today, I am opening doors you cannot see yet, doors not fashioned by human effort, doors unrevealed on human maps. These are doors arranged in the hidden realm, reserved for such a season, and you, my child, are nearer than ever to stepping through them. Realize this: I am not limited by your sight. I am not hindered by your reasoning. While you observed closed doors, I was laying out hallways of grace behind walls you were unaware of. While you prayed for one entryway, I was preparing numerous paths to carry you into greater promises than you had conceived. The delay was not refusal, it was development. I have been laboring behind the backdrop of your life, orchestrating divine setups, shifting seemingly unrelated components, interlacing threads of destiny soon to be unveiled before your eyes. You have noticed slivers of hope, instances that made your heart leap, times when your spirit sensed that change was close. Those were not random. They were echoes from my spirit, proofs that even when you could not see the entire tapestry, I was still speaking, still directing, still constructing. You have walked by faith, not by what you see. And though the road has proven longer than you expected, it has not been fruitless. Each stride, each lull, each confusion you encountered has guided you here, to this brink where what was invisible is about to become visible, where the promises once carried only in your heart will be manifested outwardly. Doors are being unlocked that you never even knew to request. Chances are emerging that no human maneuvering could manufacture. Links are materializing that no worldly network could supply. I hold the keys, and I am releasing the future I drafted for you long before you ever conceived it. You need not strain to achieve it, nor wedge your way through impediments. I am the one dismantling barriers, the one flattening obstacles, the one who declares yes when every other voice replies no. But understand, my cherished one, these doors are not merely for your ease. They pertain to your commission. They are not solely for your favor. They are for my intentions through you. I am elevating you not just to obtain, but to impart, not solely to step in, but to guide others toward what seemed implausible. The grace I am pouring forth is not a conclusion, but a starting point, a commissioning into an expansive narrative in which your story stands as an example of what I can accomplish through a compliant life. Brace yourself, not only for what you petitioned, but for greater. Widen your faith, broaden your sights, lift your expectations. I am not the God of barely enough. I am the God of immeasurably more than all you could envision or request. This reality unfolding is not chance. It is the product of a divine plan. Every holdup was a setup for acceleration. Every sealed door was a detour guiding you to my better route. Every conflict you overcame has prepared you for the triumph now within reach. Remain alert to my direction. Keep your heart tender. Remain pliable under my hand. When doors start to open, you may feel tempted to hurry or trust in your own understanding. Resist that impulse. Embrace the pace of my spirit. Accept the timing of my interventions. Certain doors will open wide suddenly. Others will call for a tentative step into the unknown. But remember this, in every step I am present, directing behind the scenes, speaking through the silence, affirming through calm. My child, this is not your conclusion. It is the unfolding of what I have long prepared. The coming days will hold challenges, yet they will carry a grace you have never tasted. You will move into spheres you once only prayed about. You will inhabit places where people claimed you did not belong. You will see my goodness in the land of the living, not because you tried harder, but because you believed me when it defied logic. Get ready, stay hopeful, keep your heart attuned to my voice. The doors are being unlocked, perhaps not where or how you imagined, but in divine harmony with my plan. Advance with courage, proceed with serenity, continue, knowing that what is about to unravel is not merely a reply to prayers. It is the demonstration of an ancient promise. You are crossing from unseen to seen, shifting into fulfillment, stepping into the goodness I set aside for you. Trust me, the doors are opening, and nothing can block what I have ordained. My beloved, I am aware of you. I have always been aware. Long before you questioned your significance, before you wavered about your place, before you ever contrasted your path with someone else's, my unwavering love was fixed on you. You have lived through times where you felt overlooked by the world, unnoticed by those whose recognition you sought. You have borne silent weights, lifted silent prayers, and fought conflicts few people realized. Yet throughout, my gaze never left you. I have observed every beat, every breath, every teardrop you hid from public view. I counted every minute as valuable. Not one moment in your life escaped my sight. You must grasp, my dear one, that you have never been lost to me. You were never part of a faceless crowd. You have always been distinctly cherished. I created you with thoughtfulness, wove you with a unique design and intentions meant solely for you. Your manner of thought, your deep empathy, your noticing of details that many ignore. These traits are evidence of my careful work. I formed your sensitivity not as a defect, but as a gift, a doorway to empathy and comprehension the world urgently needs. I made you strong, not to ensure you never stumble, but so that each time you rise, you deepen your awareness that your strength emerges from me. My son, my daughter, the insecurities you feel about your worth are rooted in untruths I am dismantling now. You came to believe you were too scarred, too belated, too inconsequential for the sweeping narrative I am composing. But that is false. You are neither a mere addition, nor an error, nor a forgotten soul. You are an essential segment of a grand puzzle that is yet to be fully revealed. The adversary worked diligently to sow doubt in you because he dreads what you will unleash when you recognize your capacity. He whispered that you are meaningless because he suspects you are destined for impact, to shift atmospheres, to bring my presence into realms others cannot enter. You are not who your defeats claim you are. You are not defined by episodes when dread overwhelmed faith. You are not bound by former mistakes or limited by your origin. I declare you chosen. I name you designated. I anoint you. I call you mine. Each instance you questioned it, after the mess, the delay, the heartache, I reaffirmed it in heaven, sealing it with my constant love. My precious one, I have not changed my verdict about you. Not when you were at your weakest, not in your darkest time, not when you failed, not when you strayed. My agreement with you is not frail. It does not hinge on your ability to be flawless. It is anchored in my character. I remain loyal when you waver. I am secure when you are uncertain. I stand for you even when you falter in standing for yourself. You have asked why your journey has been so taxing, why the battles went on so long, why each threshold took more time to open for you than for others. But hear this, the extent of preparation equals the greatness of the calling. I have been building something profound in you that could never be hastily constructed. Swift fixes might gratify briefly, but deep roots sustain destinies. I have never been focused on quick successes. I have always intended to shape you into a vessel of enduring glory. I call you now, my dear one, to set aside comparisons, to abandon the deadlines you devised, to relinquish the aims you presumed were mine. I am not hurrying you. I am not scoring you. I am not displeased by your pace. I walk with you patiently, joyfully, celebrating every bit of progress toward me. I notice your private acts of devotion, the prayers whispered alone, the kindness you offer with no response, the bravery that trusts once more even after rejection, and I take delight in you, my child. You are faring better than you suppose, maturing in unseen ways. Seeds planted in secret soil are developing robust roots before surfacing. Entrust yourself to the invisible work I perform in you. Embrace the progression that seems slow yet teems with meaning. You are not lagging, you are being shaped. You are not overlooked, you are being fortified. Come still nearer. Lean toward my voice, louder than skeptical noise. Let your weary soul rest against mine, listening to the ever-steady pulse that never alters. You are beloved, you are called, you belong to me. The doors I am unsealing are more than avenues to fresh locations. They confirm who you have always been in me. Step through them unafraid, holding firm assurance in the identity I gave you. This is not a time for pushing. This is a season for leaning into me. This is not a moment for proving worth. This is a moment for abiding in my truth about you. The world says, earn it. Religion says, merit it. But I say, accept it. Accept my boundless love. Receive my intentions wholly. Embrace my approval profoundly. A fight for a seat at the table is not necessary. You have always been invited. You were always expected. You were always meant to be here. Come, my beloved. Let me reaffirm who you are. Let me reinvigorate your drained parts. Let me breathe renewed courage into the dreams you were close to discarding. The door stands open. The path is free. My arms stretch wide to welcome you as you advance into all I have proclaimed over your life. I know the ache you bear. I see the deep questions that trouble you at night. I have witnessed your sleepless hours, asking why the journey must be so steep, why visions had to wait, why pledges appeared remote. I have heard each inaudible sigh, each suppressed cry, each tear you were too worn to brush away. Realize this, your pain was never ignored. Your ordeal was never dismissed. I was with you through it all, not as a removed observer, but as a caring father who never took his gaze from you. Suffering can drown out truth when you are worn. It insists you are deserted, abandoned, and overlooked, that the promises must have slipped by you. But pain deceives. It is a means, not a verdict. I never intended for you to adopt your wounds as your label. I permitted adversity not to harm you, but to fashion you. I allowed stress not to break you, but to shape you into a vessel capable of more than you imagined. You questioned why your course seemed rougher than another's, why your conflicts felt larger than their achievements. But now I assure you that the depth of the strife you encountered matched the greatness of the purpose I instilled. Nothing you endured went to waste. Every sorrow, every setback, every lost door was utilized to refine you. I was molding you in ways that ease never would. I was planting strength where frailty once ruled, teaching you to lean on me when everything else gave way. My beloved, remember that those seasons of crushing were never meant to end you. They were meant to bring forth the anointing oil that arises only through brokenness. Olives require pressing for their oil to flow. Grapes require crushing to produce wine. Similarly, your spirit needed tension. Your heart needed stretching to release the fragrance and might that had been hidden in you all along. You endured betrayals that made you question my care. You went through trials that made you wonder if I was genuinely concerned. But know this, no tear was wasted, no plea unheard. I gathered every tear and transformed it into the rain that watered your future's seeds. I supported you when your agony became too heavy for you to stand on your own. I spoke life into your spirit when your mind screamed defeat. I led you through valleys so dark you thought there was no exit. Each breath, each fall, each sob inched you closer to the promise I had prepared. My dear child, Adversity can show what comfort conceals. It reveals where your faith truly resides, what your heart clutches when all else fades away. Although it felt harsh, it was indeed mercy. I stripped away certain people, titles, and plans you built outside of my guidance because they could not accompany you where I intended you to go. I removed what was temporary so that I might establish what will endure. I destroyed what was shaky in order to create what is solid. You see a fragment of the bigger picture now, but one day you will reflect on these hardships, on this waiting, on these times when it appeared that nothing was happening, and you will give thanks. Those were the intervals in which I was completing my most profound work within you. Roots grow downward before fruit emerges. Solid foundations form in secret before strength becomes visible. I was never absent in the stillness. I was investing in you, pouring into your spirit a store of resilience, patience, wisdom, and endurance that you will draw from endlessly. My precious one, had I handed you what you sought initially, it would have been your undoing. The very blessing would have burdened you. The elevation would have gone beyond your readiness. In my kindness, I postponed what your heart yearned for so that your soul would be strengthened to manage it effectively. What felt like my withholding was truly my sheltering. What seemed like rejection was indeed the pathway to deeper connection. You discovered how to listen to my whispers in the dark, to trust my heart when my hand appeared hidden. Such trust is not learned in calm times. It is forged in the fires of struggle. It is more priceless than any treasure. I know you carry scars. I know some days the heaviness of the past weighs more than the promise of what is to come. But lift your head, my child. Those scars do not symbolize failure, but rather survival. They testify that you remained when you could have run, that you believed when surrendering might have been simpler. They serve as markers of battles fought and conquered in my strength. You are more capable than you believe, wiser than you acknowledge, braver than you feel. Not because you avoided falling, but because you rose again, and I was there each time to uphold you. Your pain has turned into your oil. Your season of waiting has evolved into your power. Your brokenness has turned into your splendor. What you presumed made you unqualified is now the very thing that authenticates you to assist others. You will soothe those in mourning because you have sat in ashes yourself. You will proclaim hope to souls in the night because you have stood on the threshold of dawn. You will bear healing, not in theory, but through first-hand testimony. And your words will carry authority because you survived the flames. Believe me with your tale, my child. Place your trust in my handling of what still puzzles you. Be assured that nothing is squandered when placed in my care. I am weaving it all together into an account that will magnify me and bring you joy beyond your current comprehension. Though the pain was genuine, so is the pledge. Though you shed numerous tears, you shall also laugh abundantly. The night endured, but daybreak is emerging, even now. Cling just a bit longer. Let your heart open a fraction more. My work in you is not done. In truth, I am only beginning, and the outcome will justify it all. My child, you now approach a season unlike any you have previously known. The territory you stand on was cultivated through devoted prayer, through steadfastness, through endurance during periods that seemed static. What your natural sight could not discern was actively operating in the spiritual realm. Each small act of faith, each whispered plea, each tearful expression of trust, together, they built something in the unseen that is now starting to break into clarity. The doors you knocked on with worn knuckles are gradually swinging open, not through your force, but through the weight of my command. You requested signs, and I heard you. You prayed for confirmation, and I set them in motion. Look diligently, my precious one, for these signals will come quickly. They will not be heralded by frenzy or turmoil, but by a calm that surpasses human rationale. Chances you once chased will come find you. Discussions you once struggled to arrange will unfold effortlessly. Individuals you once strove to connect with will now pursue you, drawn not by your determined efforts, but by my hand of favor on you. Unexpected alignments will form, that are too perfectly timed to be dismissed. Pathways will intersect, doors will swing wide, and time frames will synchronize in a manner only I could arrange. You will stand in amazement, recognizing no human plan could have assembled the puzzle so flawlessly. These are my distinct imprints, evidence that my promises are not remote but living and active in your life. Attend to the slight urgings, the gentle nudges, the soft certainty that resonates in your spirit. These are my spirit's whispers, guiding you step by step into the fulfillment of my words. Do not be disheartened when older things begin to fade. Some doors will shut, not due to any shortcoming, but because they serve their role. Certain bonds will alter, not from discord, but because their season is finished. Let them go graciously. Trust that each loss creates room for my additions. I am not depriving you. I am making space for the superior. I am not leaving you void. I am positioning you for a fresh outpouring. My beloved, realize that not all signs of this new time will be obvious. Some will appear quietly, subtle affirmations deep within. Others will bring undeniable shifts that those around you will also notice. Both signify my hand at work. Do not discount modest beginnings or fail to appreciate small wins. The God who uproots mountains can also split seas with a single breath. I exist in the enormous and the minimal, in the explosive and the gentle. Walking into this season requires you to keep your heart soft, your ears tuned to my direction. Guard your gratitude. Even if the changes press you beyond your comfort, gratitude will help you glimpse my actions, even when it clashes with your assumptions. I am undertaking something new, something that will not resemble the old. It demands a refreshed perspective, a deeper faith, a stronger dependence on my leading. Some confirmations will look like avenues that challenge you to reach new heights. Resist the instinct to shrink back when unexpected doors swing open. Enter them resolutely, even if your legs quiver. I do not ask for your flawlessness. I ask for your willingness. I am not waiting for you to master it all. I am asking you to step forward in trust, day by day. You will soon discover that as you move in faith, I will provide resources, power, and insight you never realized were there. You will also notice internal transformations. Your heart, your goals, your ambitions may shift. Passions you once pursued might not stir you anymore, while new visions, more closely attuned to my heart, begin to bloom. Do not grieve what I alter. Honor the growth, the maturity, the purging that prepares you for what is greater. My son, my daughter, these signs won't be restricted to just your individual journey. I am stirring circumstances around you. Communities will realign, new ties will be created, movements will ignite. Suddenly, you will find yourself stationed in influential spaces you formerly believed out of your reach. Not because you forced your way, but because I placed you there for this precise time. You will bring my presence into settings that have been barren and hungry for the living water you carry. As these indications materialize, embed yourself in my word. Hold fast to prayer. Stay modest through successes. Remain loyal in minor duties. I will entrust you with greater responsibility as you handle well what I have already placed before you. Rejoice in each open doorway, but keep in mind that the most priceless gift is not the platform. It is the closeness to me that grew throughout the path. Lift your eyes, my child. Look and see. Signs abound. Doors are unfolding. The road is being smoothed. What was once confined to your dreams is coming alive. Not by might, not by force, but by my spirit, proclaims the Lord. My child, though the doors are now opening and the route ahead is clearing, merely recognizing my hand is not sufficient. You must also learn how to walk in it. Faith is more than anticipating a miracle. It is stepping forward, obeying, even when all remains unclear. I am urging you toward a life of consistent trust, a journey defined not by frenzy or strain, but by firm assurance that you are guided by the Almighty's hand. Each day, before you move closer to me. Start your mornings free from the world's clamors, enveloped in my still presence. In that quiet place with me, you will gain the insight you need for each choice. I might not unveil every detail at once. Often, I will guide you only one step at a time. Rely on me for the small steps, and you will inevitably be right where you should be. Never undervalue the small starts. My greatest works commonly emerge from humble, hidden obedience. Maintain sensitivity to my voice, my dear one, for you are walking into a season where disruptions will ring loudly, open doors will be many, and you might be tempted to chase what appears appealing instead of waiting for what is divine. Not every door that opens is provided by me. Not every invitation comes from my will. Discernment cannot rely on appearances alone. It must follow the internal peace that governs your spirit. If you take a step and my peace recedes, pause. Seek me once more. I will never steer you by chaos or coercion. My direction brings a peace that persists, even amid storms. My son, my daughter, I want you to walk in sync with my timing, neither racing ahead nor lagging behind. Know that I never arrive late and never move too soon. I act precisely on schedule. When progress feels delayed, trust that I am priming you or the setting. When it speeds up, trust that I have adequately equipped you, even if you doubt your readiness. Attuning yourself to my timing will spare you needless conflicts and lead you into victories I scheduled well in advance. Remain rooted in my word. Let my assurances form the bedrock beneath your feet. When external factors rattle you, you will encounter moments where doubt shouts more loudly than promise. In those moments, return to my declaration. Remember the everlasting truths. My word cannot falter. My promises stand firm. When you are depleted, do not resort to worldly voices. Run to the word, which enlivens the dry bones and renews the worn spirit. Safeguard your heart, my precious one. From it springs all life's issues. Shield your joy, nurture gratitude, defend your focus. Opt to speak life, even when discouragement tempts you. Strive to perceive with faithful eyes, even in desolate terrain. Your words are potent seeds, sow declarations of truth, confidence, and hope. The atmosphere will shift once you align your words with my heart. Do not ally with fear. Do not side with defeat. Stand with me, and you will watch faith's fruit emerge in all you do. Advance humbly as opportunities present themselves. Remember, favor is received, not earned. Walk low, acknowledging that each opening, each connection, every breakthrough arises from my hand. Celebrate each success, but moor your heart in me, not in achievements. Remaining humble keeps you positioned under the flow of my generosity. Pride disrupts the outpouring. Carry my presence, not just my guarantees. Let those you meet see not merely someone thriving, but someone intimately walking with God. Be intentional with your circle. Let people surround you who sharpen your faith, who speak plainly when you need truth, who redirect you to me when life distracts. Not everyone can go where I am leading you. Some relationships were transient, and releasing them in peace is acceptable. Others I will place beside you, interceding, propping you up when you are weak. Identify those appointed for this upcoming chapter. Above all, my child, commune constantly with me. I am not seeking religious rituals, but ongoing fellowship. Converse with me through each day, not just upon waking or at bedtime. Ask me for guidance in small matters. Show gratitude in mundane moments. Invite me into your tasks, your talks, your plans. I long to be involved in every layer of your day, not just the obviously sacred times. Your obedience marks the path to your breakthroughs. Your trust is a shield against fear. Your worship is a formidable weapon. Your closeness to me is your anchor when chaos rises. Stay near, stay open, stay yielded. I do not need your perfection. I only seek your willingness. You are stepping into a phase where your faith will no longer hinge on aspirations alone, but will thrive on what you witness me accomplish. What was unseen is taking tangible shape. Doors are being unbarred. Words I gave you are coming alive. Advance steadily, one faithful footstep at a time, knowing every stride of submission draws you further into the destiny I wrote for you. I see how you have wrestled with your sense of worth. I have observed your hidden wars, the personal battles where you questioned whether you were sufficient, whether your time had passed, whether your earlier choices might have derailed the future I promised. Let me assure you, Nothing you have confronted, nothing you have endured, nothing you have stumbled over can alter what I have proclaimed for your life. You are not your errors. You are not your anxieties. You are not the false labels placed upon you by society. You are who I name you to be, and my pronouncement over you stands supreme. I call you beloved. I call you chosen. I call you redeemed. I call you strong. Not because you do not experience weakness, but because my power is completed in your frailty. I call you triumphant, not because you never tasted defeat, but because I already achieved victory on your behalf. When I see you, I do not see the disorder of your failures. I see the artistry of my mercy. I see my Son mirrored in you, shining through the flaws that you felt disqualified you. My dear one, you have spent too much time using broken measures to gauge your worth. You compared your path to others and concluded you fell short. You entertained the enemy's quiet talk that you were too damaged, too ordinary, too late to do anything meaningful. But I affirm, those claims are lies, a desperate attempt by a beaten foe to bar you from your rightful authority. You were never created to conform. You were never meant to blend in. You were shaped to stand apart, to radiate with a brightness derived from me. I know the names you have been called. I know the accusations hurled at you. I know the barbs that wounded you, sometimes from others, sometimes from your own fatigued heart. But I bring a more potent word. I reach into the very depths where shame tried to take up residence, where dread built its barricades, and I dismantle them with the reality of your true identity. You are not spurned, you are embraced. You are not isolated, you are brought into my family. You are not a load, you are a gift. You are not unnoticed, you are fully seen and deeply cherished. Let me restore what life attempted to steal from you. Let me overwrite the storylines carved by pain in your spirit. Let me revive the hopes you buried under sorrow. You are not too late, nor are you too shattered. In fact, you are exactly where my wonder can flourish. You are precisely the vessel I love to fill. Not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. I have appointed you. I made the decision not because of what you can accomplish, but because of my boundless love. I chose you to carry my presence, sealed you with my spirit, set you apart for good works from the beginning. No shortcoming, no downfall, no earthly verdict can undo my designs. What I started in you, I will finish. What I planted, I will grow to full bloom. The person I intended you to be from the foundation of all things is emerging now. It is time to step not into the darkness of fear, but into the radiance of truth. Stand up, my son. Rise, my daughter. Shake off the deceptions. Break ties with every false label. You are not minor, you are mighty through me. You are not forsaken, you are favored. You are not overlooked, you are recognized and applauded by heaven. Lift your face with certainty, not arrogance, but in the understanding that you are profoundly loved and wholly welcomed. The enemy dreads that instant when you grasp your true identity. For once you do, you will move with an audacity that hell cannot stand against. You will speak words carrying genuine weight. You will shift environments with your authority. You will release prayers that topple barriers. You will extend love so powerful it breaks restraints. You were never intended to limp through life burdened by deceptive images. You were formed to run in freedom, outfitted in righteousness, crowned with honor, and saturated by my spirit. My child, let my voice prevail over every falsehood. Let my truth wave over your life. Let my promises serve as the ground you stand on. You are precisely who I have declared, no less, no more. Fully comprehended, fully loved, fully equipped. Go forth boldly in your identity. Cling to the strength of my pledges. Rejoice in knowing that neither height nor depth, nor past mistakes, nor prospective fears can take you out of my love. You belong to me, and in me, you are complete. My child, as you move into the promises I have been shaping, becomes increasingly crucial that you remain rooted in me. The open doors, the unfolding assurances, the successes on the horizon, these are not the culmination. They represent only the introduction. They set the scene in which your heart must stay resolute. your spirit sensitive, your soul firm. I have not called you simply to receive blessing, but to journey with me in it, to manage it prudently, to hold fast when life's volume swells. Commence each day with me. Before you take on your duties, before you yield to the voices around you, come into my presence. There is no need for intricate rituals. Come sincerely, come directly. Allow your first reflections to center on me. Let your heart rest on my truth before life's clamor sets in. A brief moment of genuine connection with me can nourish you more than hours of lone striving. Speak to me throughout the day. I am never too distant or occupied for you. I delight in your smallest prayers, in every fleeting word that reaches me. You need not wait for a crisis to call on me, nor a formal gathering to worship. I am nearer than your own breathing. Invite me into your deliberations, your conflicts, your joys. Let your daily life become an ongoing discourse with the one who adores you beyond measure. Stay grounded in my word, my beloved. My word is living. It is strength. It is the sword to brandish against doubt. It is the light illuminating your steps when circumstances blur. Keep it from gathering dust in your life. Open it each day. Approach it not as a chore, but as a living discussion. Expect revelation, not mere knowledge. Anticipate encountering my heart in every sentence. If you grow weak, cling to my promises. If you feel lost, find safety in my truth. If your spirit feels parched, drink deeply from the wellspring of my word. Protect your heart vigorously. The enemy cannot snatch what I have embedded in you, but he will try to distract or wear you down. Guard your joy. Choose thankfulness, even when the environment remains unchanged. Choose praise, even if your emotions are out of sync. Gratitude and worship are potent. They reshape atmospheres, reminding you of real truth despite conflicting feeling. Monitor your posture, my child. Let humility guide your highs. Let determination keep you steady in trials. Let generosity mark your blessings. The mindset you foster will determine the harvest you produce. Speak words of life over yourself, others, and the path before you. Spurn alliances with fear or acceptance of defeat. Your speech holds weight because it resonates with the faith I planted in you. Associate with people who fuel your faith. Community is more significant than you think. Surround yourself with those who embolden you, prompt your growth, remind you of who you truly are. Not all can journey with you to where I am bringing you. Some connections serve their allotted time. Bless them, let them go, and proceed with those intended for this stage. Community will uplift you, while solitude will weaken you. Be wise in your choices. Be liberal with what I invest in you. Release what you have received. You are not blessed to accumulate. You are blessed to share. As you extend, you will discover more returns. As you pour out, you will be filled repeatedly. My kingdom does not follow the world's economy. In my kingdom, giving leads to expansion. Manage your talents, your time, your wealth with open palms and a joyful spirit. Stay attentive to my spirit. I will guide you, sometimes with overt signals, sometimes with subtle urges. Do not dismiss the faintest proddings. Do not overlook my softest hints. Trust that I speak even quietly. Each act of obedience in small matters sharpens your ability to hear me in the major ones. Rest when I say pause. Move when I say go. Keep in rhythm with grace. This is not a race of exhaustion. It is a relationship of cooperation. I am never hurried. I am creating something lasting within you, something that will stand up to adversity. Trust my methods, my timing, and believe you are not missing out when you remain aligned with me. Above all, sustain a compassionate heart and an eager spirit. I have more of myself to show you. I have more to pour into your life. There is more depth, more elation, more revelation, more intimacy. Continue to be open. Continue to thirst. Continue to abide. Your purpose is not just to labor for me, but to walk with me. You were fashioned to dwell continually in my presence, not to visit on rare occasions. Let everything you accomplish stem from that foundation of simply being with me. There, you will uncover the strength to steward what I am entrusting to you. There, you will find a delight unassailable by external forces. There, you will realize the best prize is not the opening of doors or the fulfillment of hopes. It is me. I am the highest treasure, and I am yours for all time. My child, hear me well. The shift your spirit senses is genuine. This is neither fantasy nor mere optimism. It is the resonance of what I have already put in play. Heaven has moved, and the earth will soon respond. The burdens you carried in prayer for so long, the ambitions cradled in silent seasons, are nearer than you imagine. The stirring within you confirms that what used to be hidden is on the brink of unveiling. The change you pleaded for is not on some distant horizon. It stands right at your threshold. I am aligning matters, even this moment, in configurations you cannot yet perceive. I am positioning people, unbolting entrances, scheduling divine appointments. Some changes may feel abrupt, nearly sudden, but do not assume randomness. They stem from prayers you have long since forgotten. They are outcomes of seeds you sowed with tears and faith. You need not force the release of what I am doing. You need not pursue what I am about to provide. As you remain faithful to me, blessings will begin overtaking you. My precious one, train your heart for acceleration. What took years in previous chapters will now unfold in moments. Where advancement was once laborious, there will now be a fluid grace, not because the opposition vanished, but because my hand is dismantling barriers. I am dividing waters where no path seemed possible. I am creating rivers through deserts that felt hopeless. I am acting, not because you deserve it, but because I promised. Not because you deciphered every riddle, but because you yielded and trusted. Prepare for sudden breakthroughs, surprising grace, doors swinging open without explanation. Anticipate discussions affirming what I whispered in secret. Anticipate scenarios connecting so flawlessly that you will be certain only I could have arranged them. You are entering a season where your spirit will jump in recognition. This is precisely why I was made. The testing, the pruning, the refining, everything converged for this exact juncture. Do not be astounded if the old departs rapidly. Do not lament the things I remove. Not every relationship can advance into this new arena. Not every role will endure this transition. Some factors will be peeled away because they were meant only for a portion of your journey, not for the complete revelation of my plan. Trust me to pare what must be cut back. Trust me to cleanse what needs refining. You are not losing. You are being readied for bigger impact. I am clearing the unnecessary so that you can bear more glory. My son, my daughter, I am not merely enabling a breakthrough. I am cultivating transformation. You will not simply revisit prior dreams. You will walk into bigger dreams, ones greater than you had ever conceived. Your mindset has expanded, your heart has deepened, your faith has matured. Now you stand prepared for things that would have crushed you previously. This necessity for waiting, this methodical approach, was vital. You will soon enter rooms that formerly made you feel small. You will embrace authority you once doubted you could handle. You will operate in a power formed in the deepest recesses of surrender. Anticipate confirmation. Expect favor beyond the norm. Expect doors to fling open abruptly. Expect divine interruptions that alter your route into my purposes. Expect to witness what you sheltered privately come alive publicly. But above all, anticipate my presence going before you. Anticipate my spirit leading your every step. Anticipate moving not through frantic effort, but resting in the knowledge that I have paved the way. This is when you will announce, only God could do this. This is when your testimony will unsettle skeptics and invigorate the weary. This is the moment in which the aspirations you almost buried shall resurrect with potent life. You will not stride into this fresh territory with empty hand. You carry with you the evidence of your victories, the lessons gleaned in hidden struggles, the resilience forged in trials. These traits do not undermine you, they authorize you in spiritual realms. Ready your heart for more. Ready your thoughts for enlargement. Ready your spirit to receive the magnitude of answered prayers. Maintain humility. Stay reliant. Keep worship alive. As the doors open quickly, remain grounded in me, for it is my nearness that will uphold you amid every blessing and each challenge new territory brings. You are not entering the uncharted alone. I am before you, I encircle you, I overshadow you. Fear has no footing, doubt holds no sway. Regret must fade. This is your instant to elevate, your instant to proceed, your instant to seize the path specifically made for you. My child, even now, my spirit is coming toward you with open arms. I have been waiting for you to slow down enough, to hush the noise enough, to detect my closeness. I have not remained distant, waiting for you to somehow earn my company. I have reached into your injuries, to the places you deemed too damaged, to the shadows you believed irredeemable. I am here. I have been here all along, not to chastise you for struggling, but to breathe renewed life into your soul. Lay aside your defenses. Release the safety nets you constructed to endure. You need no self-protection from me. My presence does not come to expose you to shame, but to envelop you in mercy. My spirit does not approach to recall your failures, but to illuminate your destiny. I am looking at you with compassion and expectancy, not condemnation. I perceive what you fail to see. Blossoms emerging from your ashes, fortitude forming in your surrender, redemption weaving a story where you imagined there was only wreckage. Open your heart to me. No barriers, no masks. I already comprehend the secrets. There is nothing to fear in drawing near. There is only liberty. I have come to tend the wounds that never reached others' awareness, to release you from chains worn so long they feel normal, to call you from captivity into the fullness of life I always intended you to have. Sense my spirit upon you now. Sense the weight lifting. Sense the ancient fears loosening. Sense your soul breathing out burdens it was never built to carry. You were not fashioned for lingering fear. You were not shaped for despair. You were not created to live in the expectation of disappointment. You were designed to be abundantly alive in my love, fully conscious of my presence, wholly unbound under my covering. My child, you endeavored to heal yourself through labor, through diversion, through persistence. But authentic healing does not emerge from human toil. It blossoms through surrender, the letting go of your attempts to fix yourself and opening yourself to my spirit, which alone can accomplish the transformation you need. Healing is not a wage. Freedom is not earned. Change is not produced by your force. These are gifts I pour out when you stand ready to receive. Receive my love this instant, not abstractly but tangibly, like a soft blanket in winter. Let it soak into your parched, cracked soul. Let it refashion the dialogues that dread and shame formed in your mind. Let it plant hope where only desolation once thrived. I am not merely offering a fleeting consolation. I am granting a brand new identity, founded in truth, in completeness, in my unending devotion. You will not emerge from this exchange unchained. My spirit is currently moving, unraveling lies from your thoughts, breaking inherited cycles that have stalked your family line, silencing echoes of defeats trying to define your tomorrow. I am liberating you, deep in your core. You are not who you were a day ago. You are not bound by your worst experiences. You are a renewed being, and my breath is filling every corner of your existence. Let my spirit revive you. Let the dryness of your spirit be quenched by my living water. Where exhaustion haunted you, I am infusing vigor. Where you felt numbed, I am rekindling passion. Where you sensed abandonment, I am wrapping you in the understanding that you are observed, valued, and loved beyond measure. Do not rush through this. Let it stay. Let it go deep. Real growth is often serene. At times it appears as the gentle loosening of invisible chains. Sometimes it is the subtle shifting of loads so familiar that you forgot you were carrying them. Sometimes it is the warmth melting a heart iced over by dread. Yet it is happening, right now. My spirit stirs, my spirit renews, my spirit recreates. You will exit this moment bearing more than you realize. Your load will feel lighter, not because the road changes, but because your soul does. Your vision, your reasoning, your hope will shift, for you have stopped bearing what was never yours to hold. You will walk in a fresh life, advancing as one who has encountered the living God. This is not the end of your rebirth, it is its dawn. Keep coming to me. Continue letting me strip away the layers. Keep letting me proclaim truths over the lies. Recovery is a journey, and I cherish each step with you, never rushing, never blaming, but loving you into completeness, day after day. My beloved, you traversed conflagrations that might have consumed you, tempests that might have silenced you, abysses so deep you feared there was no exit. Yet here you stand at a portal of renewal, not by your own prowess, but by my hand, which never left you. You have been prepared for precisely this. Every tear, every prayer, every instance of standing when surrender seemed easier, they all held weight. They all were watched. Now I summon you forward, not in dread but in sacred certainty. The doors I swung open cannot be easily closed. They rest on my unshakable pledges. The path I cleared is not ambiguous. It is entrenched in my eternal blueprint. Do not hesitate or glance backward. Boldly enter the tomorrow I arranged. Believe that I precede you, walk beside you, and envelop you in my presence. You do not enter this fresh chapter with nothing. You arrive with a testimony, an authority, and a heart that has learned how to trust me despite missing the full picture. This is your hour to stand. This is your cue to maintain extraordinary faith. Witness my power when you trust me without reservation. Observe how I operate when you yield your entirety to me. Your best days are not gone. They are unfolding now. Move ahead, my beloved, for I am creating a new thing that is already blossoming. You will not overlook it. You will not be cast aside. You will not remain unseen. My beloved, you've witnessed the stirring of my spirit, the unlocking of doors, and the rise of a destiny written before your first breath. As you step forward, remember, every breakthrough begins with a whisper of faith. If this word ignited hope in your heart, return here often. Let this channel be your sanctuary of encouragement and divine reminders. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a fresh promise or a timely word from your Father. Share your journey in the comments below. Tell us how these truths are unfolding in your life, and let us celebrate each victory together. Come back when you need strength, guidance, or a fresh revelation. I am always speaking, and here you'll hear my voice. Until next time, walk in the confidence of the doors I've opened for you, and know that greater is on the way. Amen.